This is Dabu 7. We either have one massive show of force going on right now or something huge is about to happen. It really seems like Trump is trying to press the issue hardcore on Iran that they have to dump their nuclear program. And now it's being reported that stealth bombers have been sent to the unsinkable aircraft carrier, which is an island located between Africa and Indonesia, about 1,000 miles south of India, called Diego Garcia. You may recall this island, this military base, being brought up many times in the past over missing flights and other mysterious things going on surrounding the base and things that the government are doing. Now, we have word that they have sent off these Northrop B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to Diego Garcia. They've also sent large transport jets, refueling planes, all in the area. And what they say is a significant buildup at Diego Garcia with at least 5 U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirits and 7 C-17A Globemasters in the area or at Diego Garcia. This is a huge buildup, and it should definitely serve as a sign to Iran that sitting on the tarmac in Diego Garcia are stealth bombers that are going to rain down hell. And they're going to. They're not there for nothing. You do not make these moves for nothing. Now, there's obviously been talk between Russia and the United States here over Ukraine. And Russia is trying to warn the United States that Tehran has a right to a peaceful nuclear program. But the United States just isn't seeing it that way. Ever since Trump struck and killed their general back in his first term, they've been hell-bent on revenge. And that's the scene on the world stage. Through all the assassination attempts, they tried to point a finger at Iran. They keep pointing the finger back to Iran. They're the last big boogeyman, so to speak, on the world stage in terms of the Middle East in their long list of places they wanted to topple. They took out Saddam in Iraq. They took out Libya. They've toppled Syria, so to speak, at this point. So Iran, sitting there with an option, get rid of your nuclear capabilities in full is what Trump's saying, or you're about to get pounded out. I see it potentially happening. And the repercussions of all this is not going to be good for America, I feel. This could be the reasoning for a massive attack on America, a repercussive attack. Blowback, if you will. And this world's a stage, man. They can do anything and make you think that it was someone when it was them the whole time, turning the lights out or whatever. I'd just be head on a swivel and prepared for anything to go down here, because once these things get airborne and they start dropping these big bombs, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop until they're satisfied that they've wiped out all the nuclear stuff, potentially regime change, but I don't know if they'll go that route. We'll see. This is the latest, though. Join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where I'm talking about this and a whole lot more in greater detail. It's been Dabu 7. Much love.
Shalom, Akim. Kahaloyim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, HAITIANS. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands, and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen, and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakathum. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, come with another lesson to the Spirit, and Lord willing, be edifying to the Lord's elect. All right. I'm going to start this off in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 42. It reads, "Watch therefore, For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. We're at the precipice right now. All right. And we're literally seeing all the things that have been prophesied. We're seeing it playing out right now. Right now. You know, not as you sit there and you think about it, as you think about it and meditate on it, you know what I'm saying? You get goosebumps, really. You know what I'm saying? You get goosebumps just thinking about the fact that, you know, you brothers out there who've been laboring in this truth, you know what I'm saying, who have been out on the highways and hedges, you know what I'm saying, who have been doing this work. All right. When you think about the fact that all these things you've been preaching about, all these things you've been speaking on through the Spirit, they're all coming to pass right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me goosebumps, man, to see like it's really happening. You know what I'm saying? It's really happening. You know, and it's just such a faith booster. You know what I'm saying? Such a faith booster. You know, you've been out there toiling, you've been out there, you know what I'm saying, in season, out of season, you know what I'm saying, in the cold, in the heat, feeling well, feeling ill, you know what I'm saying? There's been brothers that have died and that have passed on, you know what I'm saying, in this truth, you know what I'm saying, who have done the work to their last breath, and they're not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? They bid to the marriage as they were commanded. And here we are at the precipice we stand, you know what I'm saying? And it's about to go down. It's about to go down. This is Matthew. Matthew chapter 23, verse 13. Slakia. I'm in Matthew chapter 22. Matthew chapter 22 and verse 9, it says, Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. All right? And that was what was commanded of us, you know what I'm saying? Beginning with our apostles and elders on down, you know what I'm saying? And the men that taught them, you know what I'm saying? Verse 10. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all, as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. You know what I'm saying? It brings me to that that dream, that vision that the brother had from the beloved brother from Philly. He had that vision where everyone in this truth was sitting at the tables. You know what I'm saying? And the angel of death swept through the whole place. And the only ones that was left alive were the ones that had the true doctrine and labored in that truth. That's why we here in GMS, we say that we have the 100% truth. It's the same thing, same doctrine, you know what I'm saying, that our apostles have taught, you know what I'm saying, for the past 30 years. And here it is, here we are standing at the end of this thing, at the edge, all right? And we here now, right? We here now, man. And we about to see the fruits of all of our labors, you know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing to see, all right? The Lord is gathering all the nations together. All right, we're seeing it all happening. We're seeing what was prophesied in Obadiah 1:7. All the nations are getting pissed off at America. All the allies of America are looking at America sideways. All right, the prophecy of Revelation chapter 17. All right, verse 16. The beast is hating the whore, man. NATO is hating America. NATO is hating America. All right, that prophecy is being fulfilled. Revelation 11 and 14, 11 and 14. All right, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, and we're looking at the third woe taking place right now. All right, we're in World War III. And very soon there will be a climax. All right, there will be a climax. I was looking up this island where all these stealth bombers are being sent to. Okay, all these stealth bombers are in place, hovering over Iran. You know what I'm saying? And this island is called Diego Garcia. All right. So Diego Garcia, it is the largest island of the Chagos archipelago, part of the British Indian Ocean Territory. It has been used as a joint U.S. and UK military base since the 1970s, following the expulsion of the Chagosians by the UK government. The Chagos Islands have been a British overseas territory. All right? And those B-2 bombers have landed at that island. All right? So I asked ChatGPT, you know what I'm saying, what can a B-2 bomber, you know, what capacity can it hold? You know what I'm saying? What weaponry can it hold? You know? And ChatGPT has said the B-2 Spirit, a stealth bomber developed by Northrop Grumman, is capable of carrying a variety of weapons, making it a versatile platform for both conventional and nuclear missions. Some of the weapons it can carry include the B-61 and B-83 nuclear bombs. All right? So we're able to cause a lot of damage with these jets. You know what I'm saying? And you know, there's no going back from this, man. There's no going back from this. All right? Let's go to Romans. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. You see what I'm saying? It's time, man. It's time to get your shit together, man. All right? For real. All right? We finna get to that point. All right? Finna get to that point. And if World War III is this close to reaching its climax, how much closer are we to the MOTB? All right? How much closer are we to that mandated subdermal device? That means we're very, very, very close. All right? Very close. let's touch on that. Check this out. All right. This is from the YouTube channel Secular Talk. All right. And the name of the video is, will Trump declare martial law on April the 20th? All right. So, again, like I said, all the prophecies that we've been speaking about are coming to pass, man. You know, let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. Bear with me, Akim. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 4, it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. All right. Your boy DJT is that cruel Lord, man. All right. He's that cruel Lord. And all he needs is the right pretense in order to go and do some serious damage, man. And it's coming. All right, it's coming. We the prophets have been tasked with warning you. All right, giving that warning to the people. You know what I'm saying? You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, all right, and you Israelites that's been scattered abroad, whose lineage goes back to these people, man. You see what I'm saying? We've been giving the warning out to you. We here now, so let's listen to this guy. All right.
All right, guys, we got to talk about this. This is something that really caught my eye, and I'm curious what you all think of it. So Mind War is the name of this outlet by a guy named Jim Stewartson, and he oftentimes says things that pique my interest that, I have to look into. So what he says is there's already a tremendous amount of evidence that Trump is planning on declaring martial law on April 20th. Now, he would do that via basically the Insurrection Act, which, remember, he tried to invoke the last time he was in office, but he was surrounded by people who are not insane. And they were like, we're not deploying, because the Insurrection Act will let you deploy the U.S. military in our own streets against our own people, right? It's martial law. It's what it is. And they said, we're not doing that. He tried to do it over George Floyd protests, and he was basically blocked by his generals, right? Thank God that he blocked him. But now, he's got all the sycophants around him, and nobody's going to tell him no. Nobody. All right, ready? Let's go into the evidence. In this deeply alarming opinion piece in the San Francisco Chronicle, Brett Wagner, who served as a professor of national security decision-making for the U.S. Naval War College, raises the specter of Trump invoking the Insurrection Act and martial law. So this is a San Francisco Chronicle article, and the title is Trump preparing to invoke the Insurrection Act? Signs are pointing that way. A joint Department of Defense and Homeland Security report will soon recommend whether or not to invoke the Insurrection Act over illegal migration. So this guy wrote an article on this topic. Ready? In his day one fusillade of executive orders, Donald Trump signed declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States. This includes the following clause dictating that Trump's designated supplicants, Kristi Noem at DHS, and abusive crusader Pete Hegseth, submit a report with recommendations about whether to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. So a day one executive order he signed said the following. You ready? Within 90 days of the date of this proclamation, the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall submit a joint report to the President about the conditions at the southern border of the United States and any recommendations regarding additional actions that may be necessary to obtain complete operational control of the southern border, including whether to invoke the Insurrection Act of 1807. So he signed an executive order on day one saying, within 90 days, I want this report, and you guys are going to recommend do the Insurrection Act or don't do the Insurrection Act. Now remember, Kristi Noem and Pete Hegseth are some of the biggest psychos in the administration and some of the biggest sycophants in the administration. And likely what they're doing with this report is, what do we think Trump wants to hear? What do we think he wants us to say? And that's what they're going to put in the report. On Wednesday, and I can't believe I'm saying this with a straight face, Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard made a big show of landing at the border of Mexico, which is a pretty remarkable thing all by itself. Why would people in charge of our national defense be meeting there? The plan, as I've reported now for months, is to create a North American empire from Greenland to Colombia. Trump's tariffs and horrific abuse of America's neighbors, the belittling of Trudeau, the saber-rattling in Mexico, Greenland, and Panama, are all pretext. And so he's talked about this before in detail. There was this ideology called technocracy, which basically started, I believe, in the 1930s. And the idea was politics is too messy, democracy is too messy, politicians are too messy. What we basically need is to be led by technicians and engineers and like scientists, and they make all the decisions. And they came up with this idea called the technate of America. And the technate of America, ready for this? This is the scary part. The technate of America stretches from Greenland down through Canada, down through the US, and it goes all the way to, I believe, Colombia. Almost all of those places Trump has been warmongering with. Panama, Greenland, Canada. So it looks like he actually is laying the groundwork to try to create the technate of America. Now, to make it even scarier, you have the grandfather of Elon Musk was a Nazi. He was interested in and believed in the technate of America, right? And it looks like it may have been the case. Elon was named after some character in some Nazi sci-fi book named Elon, right? And it looks like he may have learned either from his dad or his grandfather about this idea, which that guy deeply believed in, creating the technate of America. And now, of course, he's the shadow president and the co-president. And it looks like they're laying the groundwork to try to create the technate of America. Jesus Christ. All right, we're not done. Ready? Trump has effectively decapitated the military leadership, including replacing the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a 4-star general who is black, with a 3-star MAGA TV personality with the nickname Raisin Cane. Trump fired all the JAGs, the people responsible for ensuring that the military stayed within the law, and has Hegseth running around doing things like canceling the plane that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima because it's called the Enola Gay. As Mike Flynn pointed out on December 17, 2020, martial law is a tactic well within their consideration. The Insurrection Act was repeatedly invoked in the lead up to January 6th as a potential way to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. Trump's lawyers got in the way last time because they feared the incoming administration. This time, they will have no reason to fear at all. To get a sense of how far afield we are, here is federal judge Beryl Howell explaining the very basics of the Constitution as if to a recalcitrant second grader to Donald Trump after he illegally fired the head of the National Labor Relations Board. And then it goes on to give that quote. I note that 3 months after January 20th, 2025, when the executive order to determine whether to invoke the Insurrection Act was signed, is 4/20/25, so April 20th, 2025. 4/20 is, as noted in an SEC filing, a part of marijuana culture and a favorite meme of Elon Musk. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of examples of this. However, 4/20 is also Hitler's birthday, and National Socialist symbolism, as I've extensively reported, is very important to Elon Musk, hence the multiple Zig Heils. As a sign of the potential actions of the Trump regime, given both its ferocity on one hand and its increasingly ineffectiveness on the other hand, here's the chief proponent of American National Socialism, aka the Dark Enlightenment, Curtis Yarvin, yesterday, practically begging for new and unprecedented abuses of the Richter scale, or the Trump regime will start to wither and eventually dissipate. And there you have his quote. If anyone thinks this regime would not consider invoking martial law on Hitler's birthday, you've really got to reframe your thinking. The Nazis snuck in the back door and took over. We either squeeze them out or die regretting we didn't. Musk's Tesla stock is tanking. His rockets are exploding on a regular basis. He's deeply...
All right. So as you can see, this thing is formulating. All right. And it's only a matter of time before this thing goes real hot and heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be live. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be live action out here, man. Okay. This is the time, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the time. And get excited for this. Get excited for this because, this is what we need in order to get the hell up out of here. This is what we need to happen in order to get out of here, man. All right? Because we've been here for too goddamn long. You see what I'm saying? Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 1. It reads, Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord power unto the land of Israel. An end the end is come upon the corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahawah. Thus saith Yahawah power, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, a day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Right? So we're in that time, all right, where all hell is just about to break loose. All hell is going to break loose, man. Okay? And we don't know, we don't know if it'll happen on April the 20th. We don't know. We don't set dates, you know what I'm saying? But we do know this, that the Lord told us to keep watch. Keep watch on these things, you know what I'm saying? So that we don't be caught unawares, man. See if I can grab that real quick. All right. And this is Luke chapter 21, verse 34. It says, and take heed to yourselves. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with fighting and drunkenness. What are we seeing? We're seeing all these different characters out here, all right, who's saying that Jacob's trouble is not going to happen. We've been through Jacob's trouble already. The MOTB is not real. All right. This place we got between now and 1,000 years. All right. People are drunken with the fighting, you know what I'm saying? And the cares of this life, they're focused on the cares of this life, man. It says, and so that day come upon you unawares, man. You don't want that to happen to you. See what I'm saying? You don't want to be the guy that is outside this truth. You know what I'm saying? Not focusing on the prophecies that's playing out right before your eyes, man. We got bug outs talking about we're in a new covenant already. You see what I'm saying? Well, if we're in the new covenant already, then what are we doing still preaching the word? What are we doing still teaching our people the truth, man? And warning them of the things to come if we're already in a new covenant. You see what I'm saying? Damnable heresies. All right? But we're entering into the final phase. All right? The final phase. You see? Before World War III reaches its close, okay, and Yahawashi returns during World War III, but before that happens, this society, this economy has to fall apart. The house of cards has to tumble. Okay? Financial meltdown. Societal collapse. You know what I'm saying? Chaos amongst the citizens. Martial law everywhere. All right? It has to happen. Going back to Isaiah. Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. These things have to happen, man. All right? We only got a couple more prophecies left. You see what I'm saying? This is why the Lord put the spirit upon Elder Apostle Tahar to coin this year 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and the destruction of Esau, Edom. You see? So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Get your house in order. Get your house in order. That blood moon came, you know what I'm saying? We about to see shit go down. Shalom.